It's no secret that 35 millimeters is my favorite focal length, and I really love fast glass. Could this be my dream lens? This is the Nikkor 35 1.2 S-Series lens. When Nikon announced this lens, a fast 35mm prime, count me in. I want to check out this lens and I want to use it and see what I think of it. I mean, it was years ago that I discovered how much I really liked the 35 1.4. We put on an event and our keynote speaker was a guy named Vince Musi, who's a National Geographic photographer. And he presented this amazing presentation, but talked about how he loved the 35 1.4. And for 5 years of his career at Nat Geo, he shot almost exclusively with the 35 1.4. So that following weekend, I went out and shot and I fell in love with the focal length and the ability to use shallow depth of field to draw attention to what I want. It's the perfect perspective for capturing life. Now, Nikon has the fast 35 1.2 lens. There's a lot to go on about this lens, so let's get into it. Let's talk about the design and address the elephant in the room right away. I mean, it is a large lens, it is a heavy lens, and it is kind of ridiculously big for a 35mm lens. I mean, compared to the other two 35mm offerings from Nikon, the 1.8 and the 1.4 35, this is significantly heavier. It comes in at 1060 grams, and that's 2.2 pounds. And just the sheer size of this thing here, we're about 9 centimeters tall by about 15 centimeters long. It is a chunky beast of a lens. On the back of a camera like the Z8, it feels fairly well balanced actually, and the more that I shoot with it, the more I'm at ease with it and more comfortable with it. Now, as we'd expect from a S-Series lens from Nikon and one of their top-end lenses, period, the build quality is fantastic. It's fully weather sealed, has coatings on the elements. Now, when it comes to the actual design of the lens, we do have a giant manual focus ring, which is quite nice. Now, it is focused by wire with this. Behind that, we have a couple function buttons, and we have a small ring for controlling the aperture, which surprised me a little bit. I thought that the lens being a 1.2 aperture, they want us to play with the aperture a little bit more, maybe make that ring a little more pronounced. You, of course, can control it through the body, which I'm doing pretty much most of the day. And there is a manual focus and autofocus switch, of course. It does have an 82mm filter size, but overall, this lens is what you'd expect from a premium lens from Nikon. It is the same build quality as the 51.2. If you're used to that lens, this is going to be no surprise the way it's built. Well, let's talk about the aperture. It's kind of the headline feature, an f1.2. I mean, if you're into photography, I bet you have a series of friends out there who get giddy and almost a little bit too excited when you mention 1.2 aperture lenses. You have to calm them down a little bit, like just relax a little bit. It's 1.2, pretty impressive, right? But let's talk more about that. What does a 1.2 aperture lens give you? Well, it controls that depth of field and it really gives you that pop. Now, typically on a fairly wide angle lens like the 35mm is, we have pretty broad depth of field. Being able to control that depth of field and really show what we want people to see for shooting environmental portraits, street shooting, I can really isolate my subject through focus and I can really draw the attention to what I want for my viewers to showcase this. It's really showing. Take a look at the couple of shots here, like the construction worker, right? He just sort of pops from the background. It's so impressive to actually work with. And these girls in the bar, they were a lot of fun to photograph, but also we don't care about the bar so much. We know they're in a bar. We really want to concentrate on them, and it's really nice to be able to see that. I love shooting environmental portraits with this lens, and that bokeh, the fact that it has 11-bladed aperture has certainly given us this really pleasant aperture, as well as some nice sun stars as well to go with it. Now, having that really fast 1.2 aperture is great for that shallow depth of field, but we have to be able to focus properly as well. Otherwise, all that bokeh is just gone to waste, focusing on the wrong thing or not accurately at all. Now, this lens has the latest from Nikon as far as their stepping motors go, and the autofocus is extremely fast and very accurate, I'm finding. Take a look at our wall test here, and you can see as I move in and out of the frame and back and forth, how accurate this is and that dreamy, creamy look that this lens has given us. This lens also provides some exceptional image quality. I mean, we have 17 different elements in 15 different groups. We have 3 ED elements and 3 aspherical elements and all kinds of crazy exotic coatings inside the lens to prevent ghosting and flaring. But overall, it's producing phenomenally sharp images. I mean, it is so impressive. Take a look at this shot here, and you can zoom in to the nth degree and see what kind of details you can expect from shooting this lens, even wide open. Now, what I'm finding, if you shoot wide open, there is a little bit of vignetting in the corners, but that's almost negligible. You can correct for that in post-production, and if you stop it down to 1.4 or 1.8, it is pretty much gone. Overall, what you're getting out of this lens is fantastic image quality, that great sharpness, that great fall off, and the image is incredibly sharp and well controlled. Like I said, ghosting and flaring, the autofocus areas, all these things are so well controlled on this lens that it is just fantastic. Nikon has done such an exceptional job with this lens when it comes to image quality. I have no complaints at all. At first, I was a little concerned about the size and weight and slinging this thing around in front of a body, and you know, is it too heavy, is it too much? But the more I shot with it, the more it felt really comfortable. And on the Z8 I'm shooting with today, it felt fantastic. And I got more and more used to it all the way through. Now, what I do like is the image quality I'm getting out of this. The results are spectacular. They're as good as you're gonna get out of a 35mm lens. And that 1.2 aperture is gonna give you that shallow depth of field, which really makes your photos pop. That subjects just sort of pop off the screen, which is fantastic. And it gives you that extra edge and that extra kind of look. As I was shooting this lens, I kept thinking to myself, is it the 35mm that I really love so much, and would I be just as happy with the 35 1.8 or the 1.4? Both are very good lenses in their own respect. Or what is it about this 35 1.2 that makes it pop that much more? I mean, you have to look at it, is this lens practical or not? I mean, it's a very expensive lens. In fact, I mean, for the same price as this lens, I can pick up the Z20, the 35, the 50, and the 85 1.8S lenses and still have a little bit of money to spare for lunch. So it's a very pricey lens, but the results it's delivering are fantastic, and it just doesn't really get any better than this. Overall, this lens just delivers exceptional image quality. Would I want to travel with this lens? Maybe not, but as a working professional, I think they're going to jump at this lens because it gives you that next level of image quality, and that 1.2 aperture makes it just that much more flexible. The more time I spend with this lens, the more I could justify the price, the size, the weight, and everything about this lens, because the results I'm getting out of it are fantastic. The autofocus is very quick. The look of it is phenomenal. I love what I'm getting out of this lens, and I'm more than willing to carry around the size and weight to get these results for me. But I of course want to know what you guys think of this lens. Is this something that you'd like to pick up yourself, or is it just too big, too heavy, too expensive? Would you much rather have the 1.4 or the 1.8 offering from Nikon? Let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on Instagram. It's been Dave from the Camera Store, and we'll catch you again soon.